What we got? See one person. I don't know what happened there. Who we got? Two people. Why do you support Trump? I'm going to open up every show with that question. Let me know so we can get going. Three people. All right. This might take a little bit. Guess that's what happens when you only schedule 5 minutes in advance. And I know it's getting late too, so I've been noticing every night around 11:30 people start dropping off. And I have very few people left once 11:30 hits and after that, you know. Who's here? Any of my mods here? Norm. I'll just call you Norm. Hi. You support Donald Trump? No, 15 people now. Okay, start commenting, guys. Tell me why you support Donald Trump. If you do. Yes, you do. Why, Norm? What's your main reason for supporting Donald Trump? What are your favorite Trump policies? Stuff like that. He is the GOAT. Okay. Any policies you like? Because he is better. Better than who? Donald Trump can gargle these balls. I toxic. Nice. If I pronounced that, yeah, I think I did. Okay. Yeah, he can. Bob Myers, he lies. Bob, he lies constantly. Constantly. It never ends. Every fucking day. Every time he looks in that camera and he tells people, you know, that he's going to lower your prescription drug prices by 1,500%. Now, either he is just a psychopath, which, you know, I think it's fair to say he is a psychopath, uh, or a pathological liar, both. I'd say both. He's both of those things. I just don't know when he says that specific thing, which he's doing there. Is he lying or is he just so stupid he doesn't know? Wait, what did I say were my two options? Yeah, he's a psychopath. Yeah, yeah. So I gotta wonder if he knows that 1,500% is not a possibility. You can only decrease the price of something by 100%, then it becomes free. After that, they start giving you money. You know. Trump is ass. Yes, sir. He doesn't support abortions. So you're pro-life? I'm assuming. He's Jesus. He can fix things dancing. That they certainly treat him like he is. He just walks around with shit stains all day. He does. Stop your pathetic bitching and run for office like Trump did. No. I don't want to run for office. And I wouldn't win anyway. TDS? No, you're just stupid. Trump whips out his junk and slaps everyone around. The fuck? He made a boom boom. Patrick Barrett says Trump 2028. So Patrick is a traitor to our country. He doesn't believe in the Constitution. Glad to know that. As soon as you guys say Trump 2028, you're doing me a favor because then I don't have to really worry about getting to know you or anything. You know, I know all I need to know about you. Michael Lawrence. I don't support any politician, but as someone living and from the UK, I predict the next U.S. president to be Gavin Newsom. Michael, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I do. Trump or Biden, you mean? Well, that wasn't even the option. So, I mean, if you're talking about who I'd rather have as president, Biden wasn't an option. Biden was a better president than him, though. Now you guys could tell me how crazy I am, and I can prove you wrong. Can I get a Trump 2028? Oh, if you want to. For over a year, I'm still looking for the gas station selling gas for $1.99. Everybody is. It doesn't exist. FDJT. Fucking right, man. Guys, hit the like and subscribe, please. It would mean a lot to me. I'm doing these shows multiple times a day because I want to get as many subs and stuff built up as possible so I could start doing these shows on StreamYard and dropping the link for people and all that stuff. So please hit the like button and subscribe. MAGA has issues with math and sometimes meth. Yeah, usually both. Was Biden any better? I mean, like Trump is shit, but like Biden was fine, I guess. No, Biden had his problems, but he was a much more effective president than Donald Trump. He did a lot for the American people. You guys just don't know it because if you're in a right wing echo chamber all fucking day, you listen to Fox News, you're never going to hear about any of it. Is it unconstitutional to change the Constitution? Now you're talking about something different. If they change the Constitution, and you said a Trump 2028, okay, but they haven't. As it sits now, okay, it's unconstitutional, and you can't. You can't run for a third term. Trump said it himself yesterday on his plane. Go watch. Okay, so and it's funny, whatever your fucking name is. It's funny because if somebody mentions gun control, you guys go ballistic. It's against the Constitution. You can't take away my constitutional rights. Second Amendment, Second Amendment, Second Amendment. As soon as somebody mentions any other amendment, if it fits your agenda, you're like, oh yeah, fuck it, change it. Change that shit. Trump can run for a third term, do it. You guys are hypocrites. My cat's shit pile is better than MAGA. Oh, without a doubt. And I don't even know your cat. I said I just came here. Who are you? Isn't that a question we all ask ourselves? I don't know. Gas in Reno, Nevada, 469. Sheesh. God damn. Yeah, but that's everyone left and right. No, not really. No, I don't hear the left ever talking about changing the Constitution. I don't. You guys think so because they talk about gun control, but what they're talking about is not, infringing on anybody's rights. It's simply, some. And believe me, I'm pro Second Amendment. Believe me, okay. I think it's ridiculous. If you live in this country, you don't have a gun. I think there's something wrong with you. But I am smart enough to know that when they talk about gun control, they're talking about things that most Americans are fine with, like universal background checks. You know what I mean? Meaning like if you're a felon, you can't walk into a gun store and buy a gun, right? No. But if you go to a gun show in a certain state, you can walk in and walk out with as many guns as you want without a background check. That's a problem. You know? Guys, hit the like button, please, and subscribe. If you don't answer me, all right. How the fuck can he get elected for a second term? It's our constitutional obligation to make sure this doesn't happen. Yeah, I know. It's sad enough that he even got that. Can I play a song? Not at the moment. Did you answer my cue? Chown Google? I don't even know. C Brown Google? I don't know. What question? How about you ask it again? I'm at the bottom now. Love what Orange Man doing for AI. Is that right? What does the Bible say about watching inappropriate movies? Is it okay? Yeah, well, there were no movies back then, so I'd have to say it doesn't say anything about it. He owns the Supreme Court. He could do whatever he wants because everything goes to the Supreme Court. They helped him not to be convicted, delaying, and they gave him total immunity. Yeah. Well, not total immunity. You got to remember, it's not total. It's still up to the judge. Like if he gets charged, he can be charged with something that like he's immune from being charged for anything he did, as part of his presidency. If he was doing it in while performing some duty of the presidency, or he made some decision based on him being president, and it was something like that, that's one thing. But he still can't do, certain shit. I mean, there's a bunch of crimes he could commit that he could still be charged for, and prosecuted for. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, he owns the Supreme Court, and even though he didn't get convicted, right at the end there, he did get convicted of the 34 felonies, so he is a felon. I support Trump because I love Christmas. Oh, are you one of those people that believes that Democrats don't want to say Merry Christmas, even though every Democratic president ever has, including Biden, and Kamala was running for president. She used to say it all the time, Obama. Yeah, that's the thing they just tell you guys. It's not true. I vote Democrat, and I refuse to say anything other than Merry Christmas. And I'm not even religious. What do you take for your TDS? Ask your wife. I know what she takes. For God so loved the... Oh, okay, no Bible shit. One thing about Trump I like is his attitude towards pushing through the seemingly impossible. Otherwise, I hate his guts. Like what? Just out of curiosity, what would that be? Let me go to the bottom here. Trump is love. No, Trump is hate. Trump is hate. Trump doesn't love anyone or anything. Could you take a shitload of marshmallows sandwich? I don't know. Miss Charlie, 10 pounds. I support Trump, but also support you, FPS. Well, you're a sweetheart, Miss Charlie. You've been with me forever, and I thank you very much for the super chat. I really, really do. Gab Dave. Funny you guys had a No Kings parade, but how now you blame him for Snap like he has control like a king. Hypocrisy. Are you kidding me? Are you for real? No Kings didn't mean he's a king, by the way. It just meant he's trying to become one, which he is. And it is his fault. He's the fucking president of the United States, and he has control of everything. The House of Representatives, the Senate, the Supreme Court, you fucking name it. Not like that has anything to do with Snap, but Congress does. Okay? He could tell Mike Johnson tomorrow, make sure they get their fucking food stamps, and they will. Let me tell you something, Gab Dave. You could look up a clip. Look up Trump says he's going to use shutdown to cut Democrat programs. He actually said he was going to do this. Now, my personal opinion is that tomorrow or over the weekend on Monday, he'll swoop in and he'll save the day. Because that's why my last two shows were titled Trump the Firestarter. This is what he does. He starts trouble where there is none. Okay? Then he figures out a solution and gives them credit. He creates his own problem, and then he plays hero when he figures out a way to fix it. So he'll most likely do that, and then he'll take credit, and he'll convince you dolts that it's fucking Democrats that kept people from, or that wanted to keep people from getting their food stamps, which is ridiculous. Food stamps wouldn't even exist without Democrats. And Republicans have been trying to get rid of that shit, like, permanently forever. Okay? Democrats, they're the only reason there even is such a thing. So they ain't trying to starve people. What they're trying to do is make sure people don't lose their fucking health insurance. Okay? And if they cave on this, that's what will happen. 24 million people will have premium hikes that are so outrageous they won't be able to pay them, and they'll lose their insurance. The derangement is with MAGA, for real. Oh, they don't understand that. I try to explain all the time. They have Trump derangement syndrome. Trump could tell them anything. Trump could tell them tomorrow that he's actually God and he can walk on water and perform miracles and all this shit, and they would go around repeating it. There's nothing he could say that they won't believe. And there's nothing anybody could say against him that they will believe. He taught them well. He brainwashed them into all that fake news shit, They follow him blindly. They're the most uninformed people in the country, and they get their news from Trump. Trump has pharma prices dropping. Where? How much are they going to drop, Bill Pierce? Because he said they're going to drop 1,000%, 1,200%, 1,500%. Bill, you think they'll drop? They'll decrease that much by 1,500%? Just out of curiosity. Trump can turn water into wine. That's what they think. Like he said his first time, he could shoot someone on Fifth Ave. That wasn't him talking about how loyal you guys are. That was him talking about how stupid you guys are. You don't catch stuff like that. That he knew that there's nothing he could do to lose your support. You know, he knows he has a cult. Jane Creek, 1,500%. That's what Trump said. He said he's going to lower prescription drug prices by 1,500%. Which means we will get rich. I have heart problems. I'm on enough medications that I should be a billionaire in no time because the drug companies are going to be paying me to take their drugs. Isn't that great? Bill Pierce, stock market 80% growth in his short term for 401k investing. What, you mean after every time he crashes it by raising the tariffs and stuff like that? You know, it's so funny because when the stock market was closing at record highs like every week under Biden, I was doing these shows, but not to this audience, you know, with a different audience. And everybody was saying, who cares about the stock market? Most Americans don't even own stock, which is true. But now that the stock market's doing well under Trump, oh, it's all about the stock market. How about the fact that he's only created about 500,000 jobs in the last 10 months when Biden was averaging about 180,000 a month, and that's even after the revisions. Okay? How about the fact that unemployment is up? How about the fact that inflation is up? It was 2.7% in July, it's 3% now. How about all that? How about the fact that grocery prices are up? You're so uneducated. It's YOU apostrophe RE, Mark. Who's uneducated now? Fuckface. Record highs, your high. Whatever you say. You're telling me that wasn't happening under Biden? Okay. Sienna Moreno, this guy had bad parents. Don't teach him anything. Sienna, fuck off. Talk about parents, you fucking scumbag. Because I swear to Christ, you can ask the people in blue in this chat. That's your real name. I'll find out who you are, and you'll regret ever talking about my fucking parents. I'm not saying I do anything to you in person or break the law. No. I could just, splatter them all over YouTube. I could just fucking put them all over the internet. Your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, everybody. Don't ever talk about my family, bitch. My pay rate is up $5 per hour after the previous 4 years with no increase. And you attribute that to Trump. How so? Why would that be? What did Trump do to raise your hourly pay? I'm curious. $35.7 trillion in debt as October 2024. As of October 2024. Yeah, and Trump ran up about $8 trillion of that. Felon instead of Elon. That's pretty slick. Terminate thousands with the Doge scandal. Yes, he did. You're a looser. Mark Sparks. Tell me again how I'm not educated. Looser? Do you mean loser, fuckface? Loser is 1 0. Looser is 2 zeros. See, or 2 zeros. Okay, now I sound like an asshole. O's, not zeros. Loser is LOSER. Looser is LOOSER. Okay? New York accents suck, by the way. Let's fix that on all of you. Is that supposed to say New Yorker? I don't have a New York accent. What are you talking about? How do I have a New York accent? This guy doesn't reply. I can't read every comment. There's 185 people. What the fuck's your name? Lifter Dave. Yeah, I can't read every comment. Bro is talking to himself. Am I, or am I talking to 185 people? Look, I care more about lab-grown food than about politics. Is that right? Okay. You have no facts, bro. Oh, I got facts, Lifter Dave. Just tell me what I've been wrong about so far. I can give you facts all day. Peter, I'll tell you what, Peter Petrovsky, send the 500 to my Cash App and I'll give you my information. I've been doxxed a million times. The fuck you gonna do? I've been doxxed. You have no idea. I can't be doxxed any more than I already have been. I speak broken English. Mark Sparks, you know you can't spell, right? Like, you can't spell English words. I speak broken English. We are not in school. Low IQ bald dude. I'm low IQ out of all you guys, out of the MAGA people. Okay. You got the hint of an accent like that, yeah, because they're talking about NYC. Hey, I'm walking. Oh, I'm walking over here. Yeah, stereotypical accent. Well, I didn't know that. What happened to your hair? I don't know if you know this. This is something that's been going on for a very long time, but people sometimes go bald. And then there's some people who aren't bald, but they just shave their heads. I know I'm the first bald person you've seen. You don't get out much. You're too busy staying indoors in your basement watching Fox News. But yeah, a lot of people go bald. For what, Peter Petrovsky? What you gonna do? You come to my house, you'll fucking die here. I promise you that. I'm no liberal. This guy is so uneducated. Like, what the fuck? Tell me what I'm wrong about. Tell me what I'm wrong about. I'll wait. I'm gonna go right to the bottom of the comments so I can see. Let me just make sure I got this for later, so I can look up a name here. Okay. Now that I did that, I can do this. All right. Billy Crick. Shaving club right here. The military helmets suck if you have hair and it pulls yours off. Oh, I never thought about that. You could just brag about your baldness being a sign of high testosterone because it is. Is that right? All right. Then what he said, yeah. Easy, Mr. Clean. Don't threaten the losers. I'm not threatening nobody. I'm saying if you talk about my family, then I will, without a doubt, I'll find out everything there is to know about you, and I'll dox your family. As simple as that. I've done it many, many times. So just don't do that shit, I'm more resourceful than you could ever imagine. Trump's face will be on Mount Rushmore. Sure it will. Nobel Pedo Prize for Trump. What's up, DK? Yeah, that's right. The Nobel Pedo Prize. That's all he's getting. Facts. A fair family is off limits. Yeah, that's all I say. Just don't fucking talk about my family. And I don't care if you're a perfect stranger. If you're talking about my family, you better not be using your real fucking name in here, because you can ask the people in blue about my past. Okay, what I fucking do to people who make that mistake. Really need to hear a damn topic or what's being argued. Bring up anything, Jason Cougar. We could argue anything. Let's argue. No, I'm not a liberal. No. Let's argue. The $40 billion that Trump sent to Argentina. How about that? Let me see. Yeah, he's lied about ending 8 wars. He didn't end 8 wars, guys. He just tells you these things. The fucking guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. He said he stopped the war between this is what he said. This is the way he pronounced it. Azerbaijan and Albania. Meanwhile, it's Azerbaijan and Armenia. Okay? Like, he doesn't even know the countries. India and Pakistan both said he had nothing to do with them, with their situation. What's he doing with Israel and Hamas? What's he doing with Ukraine and Russia? If he could end wars so easily. Didn't he say, I could have sworn he said, I'm going to end the Russia-Ukraine conflict on day 1. On day 1. What day is it? Yeah. Okay, Ricky Two Toes. Keep telling yourself that while you use a fake name, coward. I asked God, how much do you love us? He said, this much, stretched his arms on the cross and died for me. Carry the Bible. The devil trembles. Open it. Okay. Yeah. No religion. One more religious comment. You're out of here. How many genders are there? 2 and only 2. Vance will marry Kirk's wife by next year, I think. Well, his wife don't want him, so maybe. If you had hair, would you dye it blue? No, see, that's another thing that you guys are told that's so funny because you're so brainwashed, you really believe it. I hear it all the time. The Fox News people are like, oh, a bunch of blue-haired liberals with face piercings. Let me tell you something. I got videos on my channel. You can go to the shorts section and look at my No King's Day videos. I was at a No King's Day rally, whenever it was, a couple of weeks ago, and I'm telling you, I didn't see one single blue-haired motherfucker. And I got videos up. You could see all the people. That's just what they tell you. They want it to seem like we're all crazy. Meanwhile, look at those crowds. It's the most normal people you'd ever want to see. It's not a bunch of white trash like a Trump rally, you know? Losser liberals. Losser. You know, that's one thing you guys have in common. You're all stupid. Seriously. 352 people. Everybody please hit the like button, subscribe, and if you can, use that information in the chat to send a Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, or send a super chat. I'd appreciate it very much, especially if you want your comment read, because I can't keep up with all the comments, so send a super chat. No King's Day, but he's still your president. That's another thing stupid people say. It's like, yeah, and Biden was your president for 4 years. What point would I be making if every day of your life I found you and I said, hey, Biden's still your president? Would you give a shit? Just out of curiosity? I accept that he's the president. I accept that. You guys are the ones that are still bitching years and years later about an election that Biden won because you're butthurt that your guy lost. You know? I care about mustard. Me too. Me too. What make Trump a king? Well, he's already basically a dictator. He's trying to be a king. He's trying to be a king. He's ignoring the Constitution, doing whatever he wants. He's ignoring the courts. Okay, he's figured out a way to basically circumvent Congress, but he doesn't even need to because he runs all of it. He sent a message. It was supposed to be a private message to Pam Bondi in the middle of the night. He sent her a fucking message. He accidentally put it on Truth Social, demanding that she prosecute his enemies. You know, so that's king shit. Which part of the Constitution? The First Amendment, the second, well, not the second, the first, third, fourth, fifth, 22nd, 12th, just off the top of my head. Basically a dictator. I just gave you the evidence. All those things I just told you, that's stuff he's doing. That's stuff he's doing. Trump 2032. Yeah, he'll be, Jesus Christ, what will he be? What is he? Let's say, he'll be about 87, something like that. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, 2032. He's done nothing against the Constitution. Well, let's see. He's taken press passes from the press because they ask questions he doesn't like. He has had Stephen Colbert taken off of television because Stephen makes fun of him. He had Jimmy Kimmel suspended and tried to have him removed because Jimmy makes fun of him. He's threatened to pull broadcast licenses from any networks that give him what he considers unfair treatment. That right there, part of the First Amendment. Okay? So you're going to tell me I'm wrong, right? He didn't do any of that? Okay. Is the spooky king in the room with you? You guys think you're so fucking slick, Leslie. I'm surprised you could even spell that, though. I got to give you credit. You're the best speller out of all the MAGA people in here so far. Just like Obama, what? Try to argue that with me, like Obama. What did Obama do that was king-like? Tell me. I want to know. And what happened to him banned from Twitter? Oh, Elon bought it. Do you want Mom Donnie? I don't live in New York. I really don't give that much of a shit. And I don't even really know a whole lot about Mom Donnie. I don't follow that because it's not my state. Jimmy said shit about Charlie. No, he didn't. All he said was it was one of your people that killed Charlie Kirk, meaning it was a MAGA person. The kid was raised by a MAGA family. That had nothing to do with it. Trump, he had said like the day before, Jimmy Kimmel's next. You know what I mean? That was the plan no matter what. He just used that for an excuse to get Jimmy thrown off the air. That's all. He even donates his presidential salary. He does that for a reason. And I'll tell you this. He has made $3.8 billion off of the presidency since he took office for his second term. Just his second term, in the last 10 months. $3.8 billion. Okay? 40% of his net worth has been accumulated since he was inauguration day. Okay? Not to mention all the other shit he's got going on. His kids are making money left and right off his presidency. They all are. He's made a fortune. The fucking guy is still selling watches. He's president is selling watches. He's like a guy on Canal Street. 411 people. Guys, I need you to hit the like button. Come on, man, before the show goes on. Everybody hit the like and subscribe. I want as many people as possible to subscribe. I'll do this every night for you guys, but you got to sub so we can make the show better. Sub and hit the like. I'm sure he does that so he can get it back in taxes. What do you mean, giving up his check? Nikki Blade Clips, what up, bro? How you doing? You're a Trump supporter. You're a Trump supporter, and here I am talking shit about Trump, Nikki. We're still friends, though. How's life? I hope you and the family are well. Hit the like button, guys. Come on, come on, come on, come on. 29 likes, you suck. Or could it be that the chat is majority Trump supporters? You know? Could it be that, possibly? Yeah. How many likes do you get on your videos? Oh, you don't have a channel or anything? Yeah. Makes sense. I love America, but when it was great, serious question. I love America, but when it was great, serious question. Well, there's no question in there. Or sorry, I'm dyslexic apparently. When was it great? Serious question. Well, according to them, I assume that when they say make America great again, the great period of time they're talking about is probably pre-civil rights era. You know, I'm just gonna take a wild guess at that. You know. When was America ever great? You're triggering Asia. I am? How do you feel about the trans community? I don't think about them 1 minute out of my day. I think that people that are constantly thinking about trans people are most likely closeted. Whether they're gay, whether they're trans, something. Okay, it's the weirdest shit in the world for you guys to always have that shit on your mind. Gay people and trans people. I don't think about them ever. Even when I see one, I just, oh look, there's a trans person, and I don't think about it again. You know, I don't defend them. I don't bash them. That's for sure. Their existence does not bother me one bit. I say whatever it takes in life to make you happy, do it. You know, and it's just not a problem for me. I'm indifferent. Completely and totally indifferent. The only problem I have is the shit that, these new rules everybody has to follow because of trans. It's not them being trans. It's the society we live in and all this woke horse shit. So that now, God forbid a teacher refers to a student that's biologically a boy and calls him a girl, or calls him a girl when he's a trans girl. I don't even know anymore. It confuses me so much. You get my point? Misgendering people and losing your job for it or something, I think that's an issue. I don't either. I just support if you have. I just support you if you have hatred for them. Oh, I just don't support you if you. Oh yeah, no, not at all. I don't really. I have hatred for Donald Trump and MAGA and Republicans, pretty much. That's about it. I've got a trans woman in my bio class. She's chill. That's what's up. Yeah, I mean, I never really knew any, but I know nobody's bothering me when I walk down the street or in the mall, and no trans people are trying to grab my cock or anything. So I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Do I agree with the mass deportation of illegals? Deporting illegal immigrants is fine, but I think if they're criminals, stuff like that. I don't like that they're raiding like Home Depot parking lots and farms, and they're deporting people that have been here for years and years and years, and they work hard and they pay taxes, and they take care of their families. I don't see the need for it. This country was built on immigration, so I don't see it. But it's another issue. I'm not going to die on any hill for it. I just don't. Again, I'm indifferent. If they deport nobody, I'm fine with it. If they deport everybody, I probably won't put too much thought into it. If you don't like America, you can leave. You know that, right? This is the thing, though. Me being a guy who votes Democrat, I like America. It's you guys that hate it. When was the last time you saw a left-wing politician stand on stage and bitch and moan about every aspect of America? Oh, that's right. The last time you saw that, it was Donald Trump, not a leftist. Donald Trump bitches about everything. He hates the Constitution. He hates the laws. He hates the courts. He hates illegals. He hates Mexicans in general, black people, Muslims. He hates everybody. You know, you guys are the most hate-filled people I've ever met in my life. Trans people, gay people, everything pisses you off. You're very bitter people who your life didn't turn out the way you expected it to. So now you're mad at the world. You know, it's very easy to figure you guys out. I'm not leaving my country, dude. Okay, don't. Who gives a fuck? But you saying that to me, you know, if you don't like it, you could leave. But first of all, I do like it. I love it. But if I didn't, I have every right to not like it, and I wouldn't have to leave. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you understand what America is all about, but that's how it is. He also hates middle-aged bald men. That's hurtful. You have kids, doesn't seem so. No, no, no. I'm a virgin. Fuck that. That's another broken record. If you don't like America, you can leave. Yeah, I can't stand that dumb shit. Why didn't y'all leave when Biden was president? Good question. Good question. Why didn't they? Yeah, it's not a Christian country. It's not. That's another thing they don't understand that they just keep repeating. It's not. Did you say the other day you're not one of those LGBT, TB? Jesus Christ, you got it all fucked up, Dems. I didn't say anything. Somebody asked me something like that, and I said, again, it's just not an issue I spend any time thinking about. I'm not worried about gay people. And gay people don't bother me. They don't. And they shouldn't bother you either. You know, you guys hate them, but I don't see why. People are just trying to live their fucking lives. What a fruity fairy with no hair. I bet you I'd knock your fucking teeth out. How much you want to bet? Chomo. No, that's you guys. That's you guys. You support the Chomo in chief. You know what I mean? The predator in chief. The guy that fucking is has Congress shut down right now because they don't want to have to release the Epstein files. You don't even know that's why Congress is shut down. Because as soon as Congress is back in session, or not Congress, the government too. The whole government shut down. But Mike Johnson keeps, sending everybody home and telling Republicans don't negotiate with Democrats because as soon as he has to open Congress again, he has to swear in Adelita Grijalva. Okay, she will be the 218th signature on the discharge petition, and boom, we're one step closer to releasing the Epstein files. Trump is not having that. He's all over the Epstein files, and he ain't having it. You really think any politician wants those files released? No, I don't think they do. I know for a fact they do. The Democrats have been doing everything in their power since June to get the Epstein files released. And the next question will be, why didn't they release them when Biden was president? It doesn't matter. Biden isn't president anymore, and they're trying to release them now. Maybe they didn't release them because there's Democrats on them, and good. Anybody who's on them should go to fucking jail for the rest of their lives. Okay? But Trump is on them. Pam Bondi told him that herself. You know, so. Wait, you are so wrong. What? They are pretending. What does that mean? Walmart is hiring. That would be ridiculous for me to take a step down like that. I make a fortune on YouTube. This is crazy. Trump ain't no chomo. We know that. You don't know. How do you know that? You don't even know Trump, you dummy. You don't even know him as a person. He would never shake your hand in public unless there was a camera around. He despises working class people and shit, which I'm assuming you're a working class person. Trump was accused of raping a 13-year-old girl with Jeffrey Epstein. He was Epstein's best friend for 10 years. He met Melania through Epstein. The first time he fucked Melania was on Epstein's jet. You know what I'm saying? And Pam Bondi came to him in May and said, "You're all over the Epstein files." So they assigned a bunch of FBI agents, and you can look all this up if your fingers work anywhere outside of YouTube live chats. Okay? She sat him down and told him he's all over the Epstein files. They assigned a bunch of FBI agents to redact his name. And then they came out in June or whatever it was and said, "What Epstein list? There is no Epstein list." You guys were mad for about 5 minutes, and then you did what you always do. And you just continued to follow him blindly, regardless of what it is he's up to. You know? Hushiko. I'll just say that. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sent one Street Smart Politics gift memberships. Thank you. That really means a lot to me. Thank you for that. Thank you very, very much. I love when people donate, especially new people, because I've been with the same community for about 4.5 years. So it's nice to see some new faces and names. And guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. We got 434 people right now. Keep it up. Keep what up? Melania going to write a tell-all book in 10 to 15 years. It's going to be wild as hell. Well, she just got a $40 million contract with Jeff Bezos to film a movie. So, Why didn't Biden or Kamala release the files then and crush Trump's presidential run? Well, let me tell you something. Okay, first of all, just because Trump runs the Justice Department, that's not the norm. Okay? Like Joe Biden didn't have his nose all up in the Justice Department. I know you like to think he did, but if he did, would his son really have been convicted for those crimes? If Trump, or if Obama was controlling the Department of Justice? See, Trump has full control over the Department of Justice. So he knows what's going on. He knows he's in those files. Maybe Biden and Kamala didn't know. Or, and this goes to show you I'm not biased, maybe a bunch of their donors and other Democrats are in the files. Again, it means nothing now because that was then and this is now. And now Trump is in office. The Democrats are trying desperately to force a vote to release the Epstein files, and Mike Johnson just keeps shutting down the House. Man, the coping is hard on this one. Do you mean coping, stupid? You got too many P's. Every president has full control of the Justice Department. No, there's usually daylight between the two, the presidency and the Justice Department. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, bro. Has full control. They're supposed to stay out of it. The Justice Department is supposed to watch over the president, too. See if he's doing anything wrong. It's still then, and they had a chance. Let me tell you something else. Biden, show me a video of Biden running, campaigning on releasing the Epstein files. Because he never did. That's another reason it wasn't a big issue. Trump ran on it. He promised all of you that he was going to release them. And look what happened. Oh, Dixie Lee Ranch, $5. Thank you. See, the beautiful part about these people, these guys have been with me for years, and they don't even agree with my politics. And they still donate. Look out for me. See, that's beautiful. Thank you, Dixie Lee. You're a sweetheart. Thanks for triggering the unemployed foreign trolls. No problem. Trump bought Epstein's jet and owns it still. I don't know if he owns it. I can't say for sure, but he was using it to campaign in and shit. It's easy to get views and likes when using Trump's name. Quite obviously. Hey, guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. What does that mean? Who cares? Who cares? You guys suck at coming up with insults. But the president directs them on what to do, and Trump has always... No, they don't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. That's not how it works. That's not how it works with any other president. That's not true. Why did Biden allow his son to be prosecuted and convicted? Why? Since he controlled the Justice Department. Why would he do that and then later on pardon him? Why wouldn't he just stop it in its tracks? You think Trump would let Don Jr. Get fucking indicted and prosecuted? No. Because he was guilty. And you know all this shit Don Jr. is up to? First of all, especially you guys like to call Hunter a crackhead and shit. Don Jr. is on cocaine like all the time, right? Believe me, I'm in recovery, 6.5 years clean and sober. I know. He's on cocaine all the time, and he's breaking laws left and right. You'll see. Eventually, you'll see. They all are. They're making a fortune off the office of, their daddy's office. That's what they're doing. The same shit that you accused Hunter of doing, that's what those kids are doing. Ivanka, Jared, her husband, fucking Don Jr., Eric Jr., or Eric Trump, all of them. All of them. The files were sealed until 2025. Yeah, that's another thing. That's another part of it, of course. And that's why when Trump went to court, because he wanted to appease you guys, because you were mad at him. And he's smart. He knows he just has to throw you a bone and you'll forgive him. You know? So he went to court. He told you guys that only a judge can release the files, which is bullshit. Kash Patel is on video, on YouTube, saying years ago the Department of Justice has the files and they can release them whenever they want. Okay? That's the director of the FBI now, as you know. Okay? He went to court and he even made sure the case was heard in front of an Obama-appointed judge because he wanted to make sure he lost. And all he was trying to get was the grand jury testimony, which would not have probably even mentioned him and had no new information in it. And he knew that he couldn't do it. He knew because you can't release the Department of Justice, judges, nobody can release grand jury testimony when a person's appeal or case is still on appeal. And Ghislaine Maxwell was still on appeal. Hunter made millions on foreign deals. I'll tell you what, as soon as Hunter becomes president, I'm going to be very concerned about that. I'm not saying there's no files. I'm just saying he didn't run on releasing them. Yes, he did. He talked about it constantly. He was going to release the files. Kash Patel and Dan Bongino were the two biggest podcasters, and they were talking about it too. You don't see you got played when he sat there and he was like, Dan Bongino was like, he himself. You know, what do you mean? Like, there's no conspiracy here. After years of telling you guys he didn't. It's unbelievable what he does to you. No, he didn't what? He didn't run on it? Okay, sure he didn't. Wait, the files are so vague it's not worth releasing. Ryan Stevenson, how would you possibly know that? How would you possibly know that? You know how many files there still are? Do you have any idea? Show a video of what specifically? No, tell me what to show a video of. Show a video of what specifically? Oh, him. I have to find clips, but you can look them up yourself. Everybody knows that he did that. He did run on. The only time when he was on Fox News, and it's funny because he tried to sue over an edited interview clip and all that shit. When he was on Fox News that time, and he said this time at least he was being honest, kind of. But Fox News edited the interview to fool you guys. But they asked him, "Will you release the JFK files?" Yes. The MLK files, yes. The Epstein files, yes. They cut the interview off there and they showed just that part. But in the whole interview, okay, which other news media outlets were able to get a hold of, after he says yes, he goes, well, the Epstein files, not so much. Not so much, because there's a lot of good people in those files and it could hurt them. You know, he's talking about himself, of course. Trump did promise to release the files. He did. He ran on it. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I need a blunt. Go enjoy yourself. Why not? It's obvious they have concrete proof from photographs in the island. What do you think the files are going to say? We don't know. That's why we want to see them. But quite obviously, it's going to have all types of information. Phone calls that were made, messages that were passed back and forth, who knows what kind of audio or video recordings. I'm quite sure there will be names of other people who are guilty of some pretty heinous crimes in there. So all that stuff. And if it's no big deal, why don't they release them? Why not? Democrats making power bottoms great again. I told you guys, look, like Mark R is a perfect example. You're all closeted or something. You guys got gay sex on the mind 24 hours a day. I would never imagine to insult a man by saying something like that. I would never look at a man who I don't like, who's saying something I don't like, and be like, yeah, I bet you he takes it in the ass from the bottom. So you guys are fucking fruits. And it's, I mean, hey, it's okay. Just don't lie about it. There's so many Republican gay sex scandals. They pass all types of anti-gay legislation. They bash the gay community, and then they get caught in a hotel with some 18-year-old boy's cock in their mouth. How about Robert Morris, Trump's spiritual leader who just got busted for pedophilia? How about that? What do you think about that guy? Ease explain how the little hood ray. Hood ray? Do you mean hood rat? You stupid fuck. Jasmine Crockett got all her money don't say her law office because it's made less than 100,000 a year. The rumors that you guys have heard and stuff, again, you can look it up and you'll find out it's not true. She doesn't have the money you think she does. She doesn't. You can look up her net worth. It's complete bullshit. You guys are lied to again, and you believe it again. But how about we talk about how Marjorie Taylor Greene made about $7 million off of insider trading because she had knowledge that Trump was going to implement those tariffs and then take them off a day later. How about we talk about that? How about we talk about Trump making $3.8 billion off a bullshit crypto coin that really has no value? Or the brains, you'll think she does. You guys are illiterate as a motherfucker. You think you're smarter than Jasmine Crockett, Legion Zero Games? You appear to be a gamer, and Jasmine Crockett is Jasmine Crockett. She's a fucking congresswoman. Okay? Are you serious? These people, it's so for you guys trip me out, man, because you live like in a trailer, you play video games all day, you're broke, and you talk about like Kamala. And meanwhile, Kamala fucking was a prosecutor, district attorney, attorney general, U.S. senator, vice president, and you all think you're smarter than her. And you'll say she slept her way to the top, but you only have one problem there. How do you sleep your way to the top of elected positions? How do you sleep your way into elected office when like 12 million people vote for you? How do you do that exactly? You sleep with all 12 million of them? Yeah. She is a DEI hire. She was elected, dummy. And that's your racism again, a DEI hire. Because she's half black, she must be a DEI hire. Sure. You guys are sad people, man, that you really believe that. Just like your boy Charlie Kirk said, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be concerned. That's what he said. You know? It's a shame you guys think that way. Because she's light years smarter than you and Donald Trump. Believe that. Believe that. Not all people of color are in their positions because of DEI. Okay, believe me, they're not. But I'll tell you what's DEI. And I know you guys think DEI just means black people. It doesn't. It's diversity, equity, and inclusion. Okay, and you guys sometimes call it DEI didn't earn it. Now let's look at Trump's cabinet, his administration. Pete Hegseth didn't earn it. Linda McMahon didn't earn it. I'd have to think of the whole administration, and I'm drawing a blank. But you bring them up, and I'll tell you why they don't belong in that fucking position. They do not belong in that position. Pam Bondi shouldn't be Attorney General. Nope. Sean McDuffie as the Transportation Secretary. Even that doesn't make any sense. The guy's from The Real World, the fucking TV show. You know, it doesn't make sense. You know, they're all DEI, man. None of them earned it. Pete Hegseth served. Pete Hegseth served. What do you mean? What does that mean? A lot of people did. Millions of people have. That doesn't mean you're ready to be the Secretary of Defense. That you understand that? You run the entire military because you served, and he served as what? He was like a journalist or something. He never saw combat, nothing like that. He was never in any administrative position. He was never high ranking. And he deserves to be in charge of the entire military. You know how those guys must have felt the other day when this asshole was talking to them, giving them rules and shit? Every one of them is more qualified than him. Oh, RFK. Let's not forget about RFK. The worst person you could ever possibly put in that position. RFK is in there. Because Trump don't give a fuck about anything. See, RFK went to Kamala first and said that he'll endorse her if she'll promise him a cabinet position. And she said no. She said no. Trump said yes. That's the only reason RFK is even with Trump. You're delusional. Tell me how. Is this welfare EBT sponsored stream? No, I never got any type of government assistance. The majority of government assistance goes to people in red states. Are you referring to the flight logs to the island? What do you mean? That's already out. That's already out. Trump was on the flight logs 8 times. That's already out. He was also in Epstein's little black book. There was 13 different types of contact information for Donald Trump in his fucking little black book. $1.3 billion funding for HBCUs signed by Trump. Uh, Let me see something. Hang on there for a second. Okay. It was actually 500 million. Okay. Now, the Biden administration has invested over 17 billion. And let's see. Obama 4 billion. So there's that. FBS triggering people as usual. What's up, Mob Facts? I'm killing it. Yeah, this is where I belong, Mob Facts. You're doing a hell of a job too. Somebody sent me your post about Joey earlier. That's funny. 5'3", 105 pounds, huh? That's a tiny guy. What Republican pissed you off 3 weeks ago? Why you suddenly switch up your content? Why don't you tell us what your show? What is your moneymaker? What show is your moneymaker, Chris? Well, ask Mob Facts here. Mob Facts, you ever see me make money on my shows? We're part of the YouTube, I guess you could call it mob community. I named it MobTube about 4 years ago. And I did shows about the mob. And I've also been speaking about politics for years on my channel. I have a politics channel called the No MAGA Zone. You can check that out if you want. I've always talked about, maybe Mob Facts. I've always talked about politics. Everybody's always known my stance. I've alienated a lot of Trump supporters from my chat and shit. So I didn't just switch up my content. I've just decided now to go all politics. Stop with your Trump derangement syndrome and change the world like you're supposed to. Oh, I'm supposed to change the world. How are you changing it? Yeah, and you just put that in the chat all over again. Trump derangement syndrome is what you have, not me. This dickhead has literally been pontificating for 5 hours. So we're 56 minutes into this show. 5 hours? You guys and your damn alternative facts. You know, that's why you follow who you follow. You're all just as bad as him. What about since 9/11? What is one thing Kamala was successful at during her vice presidency? She cast more tie-breaking votes than any vice president in history. So there's that. Making it better instead of how the Dems trash in this country. How are they doing that? I know those Dems are just scumbags, aren't they? They want everybody to have free health care, college loan forgiveness, $50,000 to start a new business, 25 grand to buy a new house. Motherfuckers they are. I'll tell you what, it's much better when you got the Republicans taking away health care, slashing the SNAP funds for the SNAP program, just depriving people of basic necessities. Giving the richest people in this country an enormous tax break and hiking up the fucking working people's taxes by extraordinary amounts. Like I keep saying this in every show. Person right now, okay, thanks to the big beautiful bill, this is the way it's going to be. If a couple makes $85,000 a year, okay, and if these subsidies aren't extended, that's why the Dems are not voting to keep the government open. If the subsidies aren't extended, a couple who makes $85,000, their premiums are going to go up to about $16,000 a year. Do you know why they are getting tax breaks? Yeah, because Republicans are in office. Go ahead, tell me, Raquel. I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. You believe in trickle-down economics, right? You believe that somehow, giving these rich people all this money, somehow you're going to get lucky and it's going to trickle down to you, right? He will eat every day, but I'm sure some kids won't have food by the end of the month. Oh, I don't even think it'll take that long. Hey, Fruity, what have you done to make America happy? You're in it. Well, I mean, I can't do much. I'm not a powerful person at all, but I have done addiction and recovery live streams where I've been able to help a lot of people with their addiction, pick people up, bring them to rehab in different states, stuff like that. I do what I can. What is your opinion on the government shutdown and the Democrats keep voting to keep it down? I just told you. The Democrats are voting because if they don't extend the subsidies, the subsidies for the ACA, then 24 million people are going to lose their health insurance because the premiums are going to be so expensive they won't be able to afford it anymore. I just told you. So the Democrats, as usual, are protecting their fucking health care. And some of you guys, tons of you are going to be affected because a lot of you guys still don't know that Obamacare and the ACA are the exact same thing. A lot of you guys don't even know. What is false, Legion? Tell me. Yeah, be more that fucking that ship has sailed. And no billionaire will ever shake your hand or ask how you are doing. No. The vote issue. Oh, it's not true? Let me guess. It's to fund health care for illegals, right? Is that what you're going to say? I'll wait. Jimmy Hoffa's body? Nah, I think it was burned up in an incinerator. You can look it up. I know off the top of my head. Why would I have to look it up? Tell me. Why don't you tell me? You're right here, right now. Shutdown hasn't hurt me in any way and never will. Well, it's good that all you're worried about is yourself, Michael Salyers. You seem like a big-hearted guy. We are not sheep. Oh, Trump supporters are. All you do is contradict yourself, bro. Like how? Tell me how. Just tell me how. I'm waiting. Illegals have to go. Okay. Keep reading your comments. I am. As opposed to doing what? As opposed to not reading my comments? Shut down EBT and SNAP. That's a shame. A lot of old people and disabled people need that shit. And so do kids. The shutdown has never hurt me. Is that right? No federal tax on overtime will put thousands in my pocket. It won't. It won't, bro. It's not even a tax credit. It's a tax deduction. Up to $20,500. That's it. You know what a $20,000, unless you make next to nothing, you know what difference that's going to make in your tax return? Not much. I will feel what? Someone got to think about the American taxpayer like myself. We're tired of the waste. So you're tired of the Republicans then, right? You're tired of like Trump spent $100 million so far on golf trips just in his second term. You're tired of that, right? You're tired of like doing things like sending $20 billion to Argentina. You're tired of shit like that, right? Like you're appalled by the fact that Donald Trump is now going to sue the Justice Department just to give himself $230 million. You're appalled by that, right? I'm assuming you have to be if you don't like waste. He uses diplomacy. Sure he does. Bro can't even do hard questions. Let me see your question, high energy. Your last comment is keep reading your comments. So, yeah. So you haven't given me a hard question. And fuckface, I don't know how important you think you are, but to me, your existence is meaningless. If you choke on a cock tonight and die tomorrow, I couldn't give a fuck less. I read the comments as I read the comments, and then I get behind, and if I get behind, you guys bitch at me, so I skip a bunch to get to the end, and then you bitch at me for skipping your comments. So no, right is right, you're wrong. YOUR. Okay. How about you open the channel and debate me, you clown? Because I can't do it on here this way. But don't worry, stick around. That's what I'll be doing. And believe me, you're going to need a body bag when I'm done. I like Trump at this point because it pisses you off. It does not piss me off. I laugh at you guys. He's not going to be hurting me nearly as much as he's going to be hurting all of you. Believe me, it's going to be disproportionate, like the way red states are affected. You know? Bro, you're a joke. I just told you 4 times now how you're a hypocrite. Let me see you, Justin J. You're a joke. You guys think you're so important that I'm sitting around just waiting for your comments. I'll wait a minute or two and that's it. I have told you how 3 times now. Okay. Still not seeing it. Jimmy Hoffa will never be found. Waste of time. I agree. And your comment before that is all you do is contradict yourself, bro. So you haven't told me. Of course. All talk, big man. Is that right, Mark Sparks? Okay. Hey, at least you spelled those 4 words right. I'm proud of you. You're getting better. Not hurting me at all. Gas and other things are cheaper. Gas is cheaper by a minuscule amount, and everything else is more expensive because of the tariffs and inflation. So, no, you're wrong about that. Justice for Justin J. Yeah, he's a victim. No, bro, you skip the ones you don't want to answer. You know it. Come on, Chris. Justin J., I'm right here looking at the chat. If you would stop just saying that you already told me and actually put it in the chat now, I'll see it. You understand? I'm not going to scroll back through the chat for you, Justin. I don't give a fuck about you. And you're obviously a MobTube person, so I give less of a fuck about you. Yeah, Donnie Curry. It's not possible to read everybody's messages, you dope. It's not possible, whether I want to or not. 2nd grade reading level. Oh, yeah, Mark. You're the guy that throughout this entire live stream I've been correcting your spelling, remember? These guys have no idea how politics works. They don't even have a candidate to go against anything, to even go against anything. How about well, you'll say it's a joke. But how about Gavin? Dude, you're awesome, man. This fool's talks shit on this, but won't say it to your face. That's right, Miguel. Thank you for your support, and please hit the like button and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Josie hates Trump. Is that right, Cringy Alaskan? Is spending taxpayers' money on children wanting to change their gender okay? Well, it's not a thing, first of all, that exists. So no. And if it was, it wouldn't be okay. But that's not a thing that happens. That's a thing you were told happens. You know what I mean? That's you know how many years a child has to see specialists and therapists and everything else before they'll even give them gender affirming care. Do you have any idea? I don't know. Japan, what? I don't give a fuck about Japan. What are my thoughts on Japan? I don't know. Trump never beat a man. No, but he's beat a man off, I'm sure. Yes, I have. You skipped them. Okay, well, I'm here right now, and you won't say it, so obviously you didn't. You just want me to go on a wild goose chase. You need braces, bro. Yeah, 46 years old. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Yeah. I'm sure you're a beauty, though, right? Guarantee it. She said it, and I just thought it was funny. Oh, that she hates Trump? Well, that's probably the first thing she's ever said that makes sense. I am in Florida. Gas hasn't gone down. It's the same here as it was a year ago. I got one better for you. I'm in PA, and gas is 20 cents a gallon more now than it was when Biden left office. What is your education? What does it matter? Who cares? It's painful to watch you make a complete narcissist fool of yourself. Okay. Except I'm not making a fool of myself. I'm making a fool of all of you. And that's what's really hard to watch. Oh, that's what you guys do, bro. When you're proving wrong. You mean proven wrong, Dopey? You just ignore. I went back through your comments. You didn't say shit. And if you really wanted me to read your comment, I'm at the bottom. You could put it in now. But instead, you'll type, I did it 3 times, blah, 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 blah. You didn't read it. All you do is ignore, rather than just being productive and putting it in the chat now. The masses are blinded by the lie. They pick a side and hate the other. It's mind-boggling. I'm assuming you're talking about MAGA, right? Shore complex. Shit talk with no actual facts. Except for all the facts I've presented in this thing. If you take all those away, then you're right. None whatsoever. What's your education, little bro? Harvard. I graduated from Harvard. What's yours? Like 6 people in the chat. All right, you're getting blocked. Peace. Short complex is you, bro. How do you know I'm short? How do you even know? I proved you wrong every time. Mark Sparks, you haven't said anything that makes any sense whatsoever. You haven't said anything of substance. You haven't brought up a topic or an issue we could debate. Nothing. How are you saying these people are probably living in a trailer like they're scum, but say you're fighting for the poor folks, 100% contradicting yourself? That's not a contradiction. That's not a contradiction. I said I'm fighting for the poor. You're just putting words in my mouth. Never did I say any... Who am I to fight for the poor? Who am I? I'm a fucking guy on YouTube. I'm the president fighting for the poor. You just made that up. You just made that up. God almighty. I'm just saying, when I go to trailer parks, I see tons of MAGA signs. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with living in a trailer. I got a friend that has a beautiful fucking double wide, you know? So you have convinced me of anything. I have convinced you of anything? Okay, Raquel, good shit. You haven't presented anything. You're just talking with no proof. Well, that's because you won't tell me what to show you proof of, or I'll show it to you. Go please tell your friends to reopen the government. Yeah, I'll call them all now. I'm on first name basis with all the congressmen. Yep. America voted for Trump. Shh, just take it. Bro, it's not me bitching about Trump winning. At least I admitted when Trump won. You fucking babies are still whining about an election he lost 5 years ago. You're still crying and denying it. You know what I mean? We don't do that shit. If somebody wins an election, we see it's free and fair. Okay, he won. Our guy lost. That's all. LOL, show your degree, kiddo. Because you actually believe me when I say I'm in Harvard, dumbass, that I went to Harvard? Okay. It's just none of your fucking business. Why do I have to tell you anything? Who are any of you? Like, who cares about you? Usually I don't watch Muslim-run channels, but I'll give it a chance. Okay. My girlfriend for 6 years said she should have left me when I voted for DT. Then she belittled, and now I'm single, but I'm back in my old room on my old California king and feel kind of sad. Big Ruru adventures. What can I say? I would say, I'm sorry to hear that, but if you voted for Trump, you kind of deserve it. Show the Harvard degree. You dumb motherfucker. I didn't go to Harvard. Oh my God. You guys don't even know what sarcasm is. Oh my God. You dickheads keep asking me what my education level is. It's none of your fucking business. So I made a joke and said Harvard. Now you're acting like I really meant it? Oh my God. If I went to Harvard, would I be doing this at midnight on fucking YouTube? Seriously? With my Cash App in the chat? Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. You guys are so dumb. Now we know another thing you don't understand. Sarcasm. All right, guys, listen. Thank you for everything. I'm going to get going. I appreciate everybody who donated. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very important. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Peace.